saw reiterated that. Howard, right off the bat, gets a bucket.
Perfect. Great call by Carl out of the time.
She had 4 threes in that game 1. Ryan has 2 games this year where she's hit 9 threes, which ties a WNBA record held with several other players. Now she gets the steal. Going coast to coast. She got mugged and will shoot free throws.
Going back to that earlier bucket from Ryan Howard. Also, how much better of a driver she is. We know she's a fantastic three-point shooter, but her driving ability,
as you mentioned, and I agree, an underrated defender. Gets 1 out of 2 after being fouled by Natasha Howard.
And with that said,
ladies, well, Ryan Howard told us before the season, she said, I have my eye on making one of those all-defensive teams. She said, for me, that is
why she's such a great passer, but that's why this defense is top number 2 in the WNBA, is their buy-in on that end of the floor.
Offensively, their numbers well up from last year. Odyssey Sims, boy, it's a turnover fest to start the second quarter for Indiana. Kelsey Mitchell on the bench to start the second quarter. Step
to score, be the primary ball handler in the offense. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's got to be exhausting. Hillman with the miss. Petty picks it up off the deck. Game.
I also want to note, Pam, that it was just a substitute.
Bree Jones called for that last foul. Atlanta still looking to come from behind. Boston goes right. Bree Jones.
Excellent spin away from the defense. Finish on that right at the cup for Leah Boston.
Leah Coffey with the ball in her hands, coming in off the bench for the Dream. Howard guarded by Hull, who has to be careful with 2 fouls.
At her, you better believe they're going to run some plays towards Lexi Hull.
Natasha Howard got Coffey up in the air and drew the foul. We have more WNBA action coming up right here on ESPN. Stay put.
We're continuing her dominance in that game 1 with 29 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals.
She didn't hit 30. That's disappointing, right?
I know, right?
Hitting the number 2 seed. They won as many games as the Dream, same record, but won the tiebreaker to get the 2 seed. Atlanta the 3 seed. Coffey driving on Howard. Atlanta scoring just 3 points in the first 3 minutes of this quarter. Howard trying to go inside. Boston was able to save it. And then got a decent shot off. Gray saw Jones out of the corner of her eye, and Hull stepped through.
3 hands.
Boston up, under, and in.
Aaliyah Boston said, you want to bring the physicality or bring it on?
Yeah, it's Boston, Howard, Hull, Mitchell. They have played for Boston, and there you see all those players in street clothes. At the right side of that Indiana bench as the injuries piled up. Clark, Cunningham from left to right. And Damiris Dantes not available tonight because she's in concussion protocol. She got hurt in practice. Good defensive sequence.
Yes. Yeah, that was not a good call.
Tough second foul to pick up for Boston.
Especially the way they've been battling.
I mean, Ryan Howard is holding thumb or wrist as she comes up the floor. Fever have already hit 3 from distance, and they've hit all 7 of their free throws, which is the difference in the game right now. Hull got a little bit closer to the basket and has it rim out. Just 1 for 4 tonight. Both teams around that 40% mark. They didn't hit that in game 1, and that's a good way to go for Natasha Howard.
Really good execution and trade. 0 for 5 for Atlanta from the 3-point line, and you know how much they like to get threes up.
Atlanta. Gray goes down. Good patience by Howard.
Atlanta is very often in game one, and credit to Fever for their level of aggressiveness.
Indiana up 11, their largest lead of the series. They led by 9 in the first quarter in game one. Gray, good job to take the rebound away from Sims. Boy, they're being physical everywhere. Howard challenging Reiner. Nope, she gets it out to Sims. Good look, but she missed it.
But look at Howard chasing down the rebound.
Oh, big time collision, and it's a foul on Indiana and Aaliyah Boston. Atlanta has only scored 5 points in this quarter. They're still looking for their first 3. Ryan Howard working on Hull, who also has 2 fouls. And there's the travel call.
And Hull's been able to stay in the game despite those and taking on a big assignment against Ryan Howard.
Boston with the 2 fouls. Hillman coming over to try to help, but reached. Indiana up by 11. Boston lost her dribble momentarily. Sims just holding on to the ball. A little bit with the good defense. Boston for 3. Front rims it. Lexi Hull, the energizer. They are going after hunting the basketball, which Coach White didn't think they did a great job of in game one. Shot clock winding down again. Mitchell wide right.
Tap the rim. That's what they did so well. Picking up pace in game one, and good finish there by Naz Hillman.
Hillman a little bit fired up after getting called about not shooting well here in this second quarter. Alcal takes it away. And then the pass to Bree Jones, broken up momentarily, but it's Hillman.
Atlanta showing some defensive end headed into the half.
Back-to-back buckets for Hillman, who always brings the energy. 11 points in this quarter. Beautiful pass from Canada.
And good cut against ball pressure. Indiana's been denying on the perimeter throughout this game.
It's the second field goal for Ryan Howard. Boston bottled up, but found Timpson. Another good pass from Boston. Great pass.
Continued to move. She did not give up. And gave Aaliyah Boston an option.
Bree Jones.